This conference will now be recorded.
Anyone has any queries from the topics we covered? Everyone is able to access the notes? Okay. We are going to discuss about application, document, and object. Okay. So we're going to start with the document, then application, then object. Right. So everyone knows about applications, how to access the application, right? Creating application and all we'll see later. You know how to what is this applications and we have a plus symbol here. Okay. For these applications, there are some tabs are added. If the tabs are not accommodated, that because the tab panel is a maximum we can with respect to the browser, right? Maximum 10, 15 tabs are accommodated. Rest of the tabs will appear in the drop down here. Okay. But there are multiple tabs are available to my login. More than whatever you are seeing under sales application. Suppose I go to service application. I'm seeing only 8 tabs. Okay, so what about the rest of the tabs? So whatever tabs that are available to you to my login, I can see it under all tabs. We click on plus symbol, I can see under all tab. Okay, right. So there I'm going to discuss about document tab. So document tab is used to store the document in your Salesforce platform. I can store any PDF document, an HTML document, an image document. Okay, so generally this is a place where you're going to store the document, right? So document is a tab is used to store document. Generally this is a use case. So what is this? Every document that you are going to insert through this tab, that will be inserted into a standard object called document. So document is also a standard object. Okay. So through the standard tab called documents, we can insert a document to the Salesforce database. So where the document will be stored? The document will be stored in a standard object called document, right? So you can store the document into your personal document folder, or else I can create a new folder. There I can store my document. So I'm creating a new folder here. I name the folder as company docs, and there is a field called unique name. Okay, so this is a name I can refer it in my program. It means what? Some documents I stored here, that same document I would like to refer it in my program. I send the document to someone, some other user, email the document. Okay, so in the program, you can also refer the document by referring this name. So wherever you find unique name, that name is mostly going to use it in your program. The program is nothing but API, application programming interface. Okay, it's called your program. It can be your Apex program, or it can be your Visualforce page also. Okay, so wherever you found API, it means your program. So this name I can refer in my program. Okay, referring and all you learn later how to refer the document in the Apex programming. So unique name is a name you are going to refer in your program. Okay, and this is so this option, right? It's a folder access. By seeing the name, you will be able to understand, right? Whether this folder can be readable by other people or they can upload some document to this folder or not. Whether we are providing a read access or read write access. Okay, there are two types of access. So we can create the folder. The folder is of how many types? A personal or public folder. See, these are short brief notes what we are doing now. I'll upload the detailed notes. I'll upload the detailed notes later. Okay, in the chatter tab, I'll upload the detailed notes, and you also have a hard copy, right? There you can find the detailed notes, right? So right now for the session, I just for explanation, I just write something in the notepad. So there are two folders, public folder and a personal folder. So here we are going to give a label and a unique name. So what is a unique name? We'll refer it in the API. So name used in program. Program in the sense it's your Apex code or Visual Force code. Okay, in general it's called as API. And we have access, folder access. It can be read only or read write. If you set as read only, if I set as read only, then no other user can upload any document to this folder. Only owner can upload. So I am the one creating this folder. Then I can add document and remove the document. No one else. Okay. If I make it as a read write, and everyone can access. And I'm saying like whether folder is accessible by all user or not. What happened to this now? No one can see this folder at all. Okay, it's hidden. Or else I would like to provide access to only particular group of people or roles and subordinates. Okay, so these options you will understand later, not at this point. Okay, right now I make it accessible by all user and save. People got this? Right, I create a folder. I'm not created any document now. I just created folder only. Okay, so I have two folders, my personal document, company phone. So I'm going to add document here. So now this is a step to add document, right? How we are going to add document? I go from the beginning, document tab, click new. Not this one. This one will create a folder again. Okay, new. Give the name of the document. What is unique name? It is used in the program again. Okay, the folder will be referred by using unique name, and here the document will be referred by the unique name. My folder may have multiple documents, right? So particular document in the program I can refer with the unique name. And there are two checkboxes here. Indicate the document is internal. When you enable this, it means a document should not be shared with outside users. Okay, it should not, but we can share it. This for a indication purpose. Make the document is confidential. Suppose you have any document, a paper or something, where the watermark is there, is a confidential. It means what? We should know like this is a confidential document, but still that paper can be shared with others, right? Similarly, if I enable this, it doesn't mean like you cannot share. You can share it, but internally means like it's a confidential document. Do not share. Got me? Right? And I can make it as externally available. It means if I can upload here document as well as image or any PDF format or text format or HTML format, any type of format I can upload. Okay. I can also upload a image document as well. People got it? If I upload an image document, that image document I can use to replace this logo. Got me? When I can use that image? Only if it is marked as externally available image. If I don't enable and I upload some image document, that image document cannot be used to replace this logo. Got me? So we are making it is externally available image. It means any image document that you are going to upload here, that will be available to upload, replace this logo. Okay. If I don't specify here, whatever the image that you are going to upload, that will not be available to replace the logo here. Okay, right. So I'm going to choose a folder here, and any keyword you can give. In case if you have multiple documents, so how to find a particular document? By using the keyword. And choose any file here. Okay, and save. So what is this? If your source file is not from local drive, this from any path or something, then you can refer that path. Got me? And save. So document is saved now. Back to list of document. I do not have any document here. I have some document here. Okay, right. So let's upload some image here. Okay, add some image here. Right. So now I'm going to create one more document, which is my logo. And what is mandatory here? Yeah. If I suppose I'm not enabling here, okay, I'm not enabled here. And save. Right. Back to. There are two documents in this folder. You can also give the description what about the document, right? The brief description about the document. So I view the file. The image is visible. Okay, right. So this is your document. We'll see later how to replace. When you create application, you will come to know how to replace the logo, right? Mm-hmm. See, for your that's what these things we'll discuss in the application part. For standard applications, we cannot change the logo. The whatever logo is provided by Salesforce, that is mandatory. Okay. So how many times a year they are upgrading the product? 3 times a year, 4 months once. Okay. So they will change this logo every release. Every release they will change this logo. Now it's in summer 20. Then it will come spring, winter. Like they will change the logo. Someone is working on creating a new logo, and they will replace the logo here. Okay. So that logo cannot be replaced for your standard application. Suppose if I create any new application here, then that became a custom application, right? For that custom application, by default, the Salesforce logo will appear, but I can change the logo. In order to change the logo, first you have to do what? You should have a image document in your document folder and mark that image as a externally available. Then you can upload the logo. Okay. So to make image external application, custom application. It should be externally available in the document, right? It should be marked as externally available image. And what is the other rule? The size should be less than 20 KB. See the two rules you have to follow. Any image that you are going to use as a logo for your custom application, then that should be marked as externally available image, and size should be less than 20 KB. Our image is just I think 4 KB, so I can use this. Got me? Right. So there is a way to restrict. I do not want HTML document to be uploaded into the document folder. There is a place to define HTML documents should not be allowed to upload into document folder. Okay, so how to do that? You go to setup. Yeah, is below your security control. Under administer, we have file upload download security. So there is a checkbox called do not allow. Okay. Apart from this, you can upload any of these folder type. I mean document type. Every document type is allowed to store as a document into the document object. Okay. But I would like to restrict the HTML document. Then you can enable this and save. Okay. These are all additional stuff that you are learning. Need not spend. I will tell you where you can spend more time. So these are all things you should know for information purpose. Okay, we are rarely going to work on frequently. Very frequently, we are not going to work on this. Why we are covering this topic? Because we are going to create application in the next topic. Then we are going to replace this document. I mean logo. In order to replace the logo, you need to understand the document folder, right? So that's the reason we are covering this topic. Okay. So there is a detailed notes for you. A document is a standard objects in your Salesforce Lightning platform. The Salesforce Lightning platform is nothing but, generally we call the platform as a Salesforce Lightning platform. The database we call it as a platform. Okay. On top of it, we have a classic interface, Lightning interface, right? And how we are going to work with this data, I mean object, by using a standard tab called documents. Okay. So what are the format of document I can upload? It can be a document, a Word document, image, or PDF, etc. And documents are organized into folder. What type of folder? Personal or public folder. And when you create a public folder, then you will define the accessibility. What type of access? Read only, read write. Okay. And documents are classified as internal document or external available image. If it is an internal document, then it means like do not share with others. Do not share with others, but there is no security restriction is there. I can share it, but we mean that document as a confidential document, should not be shared with other users. And when you go for external available image, in case if you are going to upload any image document that are going to be used to replace this logo, then we need to mark it as externally available image. Okay. And maximum size of the document that you can upload is 5 MB, but if the image is going to be used as a logo for your application, that should be 20 KB, less than that. Okay. Then And how to avoid uploading a HTML document? We have seen there is a place called file upload and download security, right? So these are detailed notes you can, and this is a part of your exercise you can do. Create one folder, a training management logo, then upload some image which is less than 30 KB. Okay, go with more than 3 KB so that you will get more clarity in the image, right? At least some clarity. So go with any of the size, but if you extend beyond the 20 KB, then that image will not be available for your logo replacement. It's clear? Okay. So this is your document. Any question on this? Any logo, any type of, it can be, that's what, see, suppose I'm going to create an application called a training application. Then training related logo I'd like to display here. Any banking application, then banking related logo. It's your choice, right? The rule is that should be less than 20 KB. That's all. And where that the logo should be available, you should first upload the logo into a document tab. That's mandatory, right? No. What I'm saying is, it cannot be shared. You can share. That's what we can share it. How will you share? You'll view the file and save as you can share. That's what I'm saying. There is no. We can download this. We can save this. That option will not restrict any actual system security thing. We internally mark that. That's what I give an example. Any paper you take in a company, it says like a confidential document, right? It means that document cannot be shared with other one or what? We can share it, right? But it's internally we mark it as document as a confidential document. That's all. There won't be any system will not restrict you. Got me? Functionally doesn't have any restriction whether you cannot download the document or not. We can download and we can share it. But internally we'll mark it as internal document. Got me? And there is one thing. Either you can go with internally available or externally available. You cannot go with the two choice. We cannot go with the, we cannot enable two checkbox together. Either it's externally available image or internal use. That's. We'll move on to what is application. We already discussed about this. What is application in general? Group of tabs. Okay, my purpose can be anything. My purpose can be a sales or service or marketing or training or banking or insurance. Then I'll group related tabs, right? So my purpose is a sales application. Then I have a tabs called lead. Lead is an inquiry. Account is what? Account and contact. Customers, right? Your company details here in the account. The contacts below that company will be in the contact object. Okay, and what about lead? Inquiries. Okay, lead is an inquiry. Campaign, your marketing details. Opportunities, any opportunity that you have with the customer. Okay, and your contract, case, solution, and all that will be discussed later. So your application is a group of tabs to perform activities. There are two types of application in general, right? Standard, custom. And custom has two types. Okay, custom application and console application. Under custom, we can create two different types of application. One is a custom application Another is a console application. When you say custom application, the tabs are arranged in the horizontal order. Okay. When you go for console, then all the tabs that you are seeing in horizontal order, right, that will be seen as a drop down. That's the main difference. Okay. Console will show the tabs in the form of horizontal vertical order, and the custom, whatever you are seeing here, this is a custom application, right? And standard applications, what are some of the standard applications? The inbuilt application. We have a sales, service, marketing, etc. Okay, custom, we create, right? We create or we build. So we create this app. Application is also called as app. Fine. Okay, so how we are going to create the application? So we are trying to learn how to create application in the classic. Okay, I'll show you later. After this, we'll compare with the how to create application in the lightning as well. So I go to setup. So anything you are going to create, anything you are going to modify, where I can find those options? Under setup only, right? Setup is a place where you can find all the options, tools, everything to work with your platform. How do you name your platform? How do you call your platform? Salesforce Lightning Platform. I'm in the classic, but the platform is called a Salesforce Lightning Platform. Okay, so I go to the setup, scroll down. Can you guess which section I can create the application? Administer or build? Build only, right? The name says we have here. And which subsection? Create. Which one? Apps, right? That's so. Or else you can go and find here. We can filter this. Apps. So the page shows all the existing applications. Okay, and I created an application for you to access the notes. It's a custom application. So there is one custom application I already created, and rest of the application are standard applications. So the custom checkbox is not enabled, right? Okay, so this is a place where I'm going to create an application. So there is a new button. There are two types of application: custom, console. So I go with the custom. Right, I go with the training management. Okay, my assumption is, I mean, my requirement is to track some training activities. So I create an application. Next, so first step is I choose, I click a new button, enter the details. So what is this? It's a unique name, right? So that application can be referred in your program. Got me? So wherever you find, if you keep the cursor, it says like API name. It means I can refer this name in the program. So any name you are referring the program will not have a space. It should have a underscore, or without any space you have to give the name. It's clear to all of you? Click next. So what is this place? Logo, right? So here, if I don't select any image here, what will happen? The standard logo will appear. That's all. Okay. So I'm trying to insert here, must be smaller than 20 KB. So I keep the document here. So none of the document is visible. Why? Yeah, we have to mark that document as a externally available document. Okay. So later we'll enable that and come here. Then you'll also understand how to modify the application. So now I go with the standard logo. Next. So next step is nothing but what are the tabs should be available to this application. The application training management I'm going to create. So what are the tabs are available? So these are the tabs are available to me, and from here I can choose the tab. Okay, and there is a home tab is already selected, right? That's a default tab, we cannot remove. The home tab is a default tab, we cannot remove from any classic application. This restriction we have with the classic application. So I'm going to add a chatter tab alone, and only account, home, chatter, and tab. Then which is a default tab? It's not default, it's your choice. See, suppose when I logged in, when I choose that application, what should be the tab highlighted? So that's going to be decided by this option. Got me? When I select any of the application, which tab needs to be highlighted first? It can be home, or it can be chatter, or it can be account. Next. So what is this? Access. Whether which profile user can access this tab, whether agent or system administrator or standard user. So none of them is available. I given access. There are two types of access here: visible, default. Create app. You click a new button. You'll see the detailed navigation in the other notes. I just give the brief explanation here. Okay, the brief the detailed notes you can find it here. Got me? Right. Click new button and then give the name, label, and then what was the second step before this? Choose the logo. Assign to profile. Okay, in the profile I have two options. One is visible, default. So these two are checkboxes. Okay, if I enable yes, it means it's visible to whatever the profile we have mark it as yes. Suppose I mark it as for agent profile, then whoever user assigned with the agent profile, they'll be able to see the application in the top right side. Drop down, it will appear. Okay, and if I make it as yes, what does it mean? Suppose the agent having access to sales, service, my training application, then when you log in, automatically the training application will be a default application. Got me? Right. If I don't specify anything here, the user assigned with this profile will not have access to my training management. Will follow this. Will not be available. If I mark it as nothing has been selected, it means no access. No access, right? Okay. So I make it available to agent and myself, right? And for agent, I mark it as a default application, right? Click save. So there are 4 steps in general. 3 steps you followed, right? One is giving the name, labels, choose a logo if you want, and assign to profile. So these are general steps you will follow in creating object, creating a column into the table. What is the name of the table and other parameters? Then who is going to have access to the table? If you create a field, what is the name of the field and who is going to have access to that field? Okay, when you talk about access, then you are going to assign to profile. We are not going to select a user. We are not going to select any name of the user. We are going to select only the profile here. So whoever user assigned to this profile, they'll get a similar permission. If you mark it as yes here, then I may have 50 agent. The same profile can be assigned to multiple users. So all agent can able to see this application. Got me? Right. So I save this. So what will happen now? Where the application will appear? At the top right side, application will appear. Got me? So I go to the application. So what are the tabs I added? Only chatter and home is by default will get added. We cannot remove it, but we can change this order. We can change this order. Okay, and I like to modify this application because earlier it was uh, we just go with the standard logo. Now I like to replace my own logo. I'd like to rearrange this. So any customization I would like to do. Again, I go to the setup, scroll down, create apps, right? So you can customize the standard tab because edit option is there, right? But what about your custom application? We got delete option also. It means what? The custom application can be deleted and modified, but your standard application cannot be deleted. It will be there in the platform always. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to, yeah, yes, I go inside, edit. Now everything is in one page, right? Insert, right? Before I go for insert operation, I insert the image. What I do now? I have to mark the document as a externally available. So document, logo, edit properties. Okay, edit properties. Save. Right. Go back to my application page. Setup. Create apps. Sorry. Training management. Edit. Image. So it's appearing now. Right. If I like to reorder, select up. Okay. If I like to add any more tabs, we add it. Whatever, right? You can arrange it and then save. So now the logo is changed. Okay, so if you change it, the logo is a default standard logo, and now is logo, right? And remember, the logo of your standard application cannot be modified, cannot be changed. Got me? And standard application cannot be deleted. You can only modify it. Any question on this? So application is a group of tabs that work as a unit to provide a functionality for a specific business objective. It can be a sales, service, or training, or banking, or insurance, whatever. Okay, and user can switch between the apps at the top right side of the drop down. Okay, when you say top right side drop down, it means a classic application. Got me? What about lightning? Lightning, will see it in the left side. Okay, we'll discuss about that. And it can have both standard and custom. Right now we have only standard tabs in place. Once you learn about how to create a custom tab, I can also keep my custom tab here. So the application can have both standard or custom. Okay, right. And there are two types of application: a custom application, and below custom we have two types as well. Yeah, custom and console. Console application was an old type of application. The now that has been replaced with the lightning one. Okay, we need not spend understand the console application, but I give a quick demo about how the tabs are arranged. Okay, what is the Salesforce practice? How they are upgrading the application? So when they release the product, they have a console type. Okay, now the console type application not much used because everyone is going for a lightning application. Then what about the old feature? They will not remove the old feature because there are a lot of customers started using the console application earlier. We cannot remove it. You got me? So still the feature is available. If you want, you can the old customer can still use that feature. The new customer, if you want, they can use it. It's clear to all of you, right? And this is a step to follow: setup, build, create app, new application, and enter the app details. And then if you want to upload the image, then upload the image first into document folder. Mark that image as an external available image, and space should be less than 20 KB. Okay, and you're going to choose a tab, and by default home tab is must be added. You cannot remove it. Home tab is a default tab, cannot be removed. And choose a profile. It means which user will have access to that application, to whom you are going to provide access. That is decided by the profile. Okay, profile is where you have all the permissions you know, you are going to assign to the user, right? People got clarity how to create application in Classic, right? We'll move on to Lightning now. Before I go to Lightning, Classic application, so what does it mean? So whatever Classic application you are creating here in Classic interface, right, that will be available in your Lightning. But any application you create in Lightning application as a Lightning application, that will not be available in Classic. So reverse is not true, right? So now the training application should be available in Lightning, right? So we'll go to Lightning. How to switch? Switch to Lightning. So there is no tops drop down here, okay? It's going to be app launcher, okay? It's called app launcher, right? It's going to be app launcher. I go to setup. Platform tools, apps, app manager. I go to setup, platform tools, apps, app manager. So this is a place where you will see all the Classic application as well as any Lightning application we have, okay? Scroll down. My application is the end. Right, see here, there is a column called app type and visible in Lightning, okay? So what is app type in our application? Classic. And there is a column called visible in Lightning or not, visible in Lightning experience or not. It's not enabled, right? The reason we are not able to see a Classic application app launcher, okay? So we need to enable that option. That option can be enabled here by going with edit. I can go with edit. People are follow this. I go to setup. How we're going to see the application here? Setup, your setup menu, platform tools, app manager, okay? Else go to the find box. App manager. So application are arranged in the alphabetical order, right? Alphabetical order. Training management, classic. There is a column called visible in Lightning, which is not enabled. So the reason I'm not able to see the Lightning application in the app launcher. Okay, right. So I go to the, there is a drop down here, edit. We're able to see the similar UI, right? Whatever seen in the classic, similar UI. If you scroll down, there is a checkbox called show in light. You can enable here and save, or else the same application you can modify in the classic also. There also you will see this option called show in lightning experience. Either way you can modify it. Okay. So I go under edit and save. Refresh the page. How do you call this tile symbol? App launcher. Okay, app launcher. Now the training management available. Okay, so your classic application that you created will be available to your lightning if, yeah, if show in lightning option is enabled. Is checked. People got this? So I select here. This is how you'll see. Okay, the home tab is different here. It will be different in classic. We'll have a separate session to understand what is the difference between the lightning and classic later. But now we are trying to understand the difference in terms of navigation. When you create application, when you create table, when you create a field. So that's how we are trying to understand. Later we'll see a separate session to understand what is the basic differences in the lightning, when we can go for lightning, when we can go for classic, right? Okay, next thing, how to create a lightning application. We know how to create a classic application. We know how to see the classic application lightning. Okay, now we are going to see how to create a lightning application. So this application cannot be seen in your classic. The reverse is not true. Got me? Right. So how we are going to create a setup? Platform tools, apps, app manager. A top right side, lightning app. Okay. This is a different feature, lightning app. So the first place, we are going to give the name and we are going to choose the image logo. Okay. So what's the first difference here? In the case of classic, we are uploading an image into a document folder first. Okay. And we have restrictions. What is the size limit? 20 KB. Here we have a size limit till 5 MB and I can upload the image directly from my folder, directly from my local drive. You need not upload any folder into document. And other thing, the document tab is not available here. In your Lightning, the document tab is not available, right? Okay, I'm just trying to upload some logo. Right, let's upload this logo. right? Some mutual fund logo. Okay, so the size can go till 5 MB also, right? It's a very lesser space, but you can go till 5 MB. So now upload this logo, right? And give the name of the app name. And here the developer name is a name that you can refer it in the program, which accepts underscore only. Okay. If you keep the cursor here, you will see it is used by API. It means you can refer it in the program. Okay. And these things you can ignore. Okay. You can choose the color here, in what color that. Okay. You'll see the difference when I show the application. Right. Next. So here also we have two ways you can show the tab. One is a standard horizontal or in the drop down. Okay. And whether the application is available to your desktop or your mobile application or only available to desktop and phone, that can be decided. Okay. And then personally, these things you can ignore it. It's about personal settings. You will understand this later. So just go with the image, then standard navigation style. Next. There is a utility item which is not available in your classic. Okay. So what is utility item? I just give a brief introduction. So what is this? This is not the tab to be added at the header. It's going to be added at the bottom. Okay. It means when you go for a tab, okay, when you go for a tab, when you click on a tab, I would like to something appear at the bottom always. When I go to any tab, I like to get some, for example, a tab called notes. So wherever tab I am in, I'm going to frequently use a note functionality. Wherever the tab I am in, I'm going to frequently use send email functionality. So whatever the functionality that you're going to use it frequently, I would like to keep that functionality into my every page of my tab at the bottom. That's called a utility item. Utility item means the which item you're going to frequently use. That item I would like to keep it at the bottom of the tab. Any tab I go, I like to appear that utility item on the bottom of the page. Got me? So that is a utility item. So I go here, add, right? I'm going to choose notes. So whatever tab I am in, I would like to take notes. Frequently used functionality. I would like to keep it in my every tab I am navigating. So if you don't add this, then nothing will be added at the bottom of the page. It's optional one. Okay. So I added notes here. Next. So what is this? So this is your actual selection tab selection page. Okay. In your classic, what you did? You choose a tab, right? It's your classic step. But along with the choosing tab, we are choosing utility item. And here we choose a logo from document folder, but there we chosen from our local drive itself. And we have a restriction here less than 20 KB. There we go for 5 MB. These are two differences you notice, right? One is a utility item, another is a logo uploading, right? And I go back here, account. So you can select here and go with the option. Will be added, okay? And here we don't find a home tab, right? The home tab can be ignored. Home tab is not mandatory. And then next, what next step? Who is going to have access? Okay, so you choose a profile here, system administrator, and then save and finish. People got this? So now, yeah, mutual fund is here. It's a lightning tab. It's a lightning type. It's not classic. Okay, but our training management is a classic type, but visible in lightning. Got me? Right. So I go here. So mutual fund is there. Select. Okay, I go to some, right, where is the notes? We added notes as well, right? Okay, so let me modify the application. Setup. How will you modify the application? Platform tools, apps, app manager. Mutual fund, edit. I can also delete because it's a custom application, right? So next time when you edit, it goes to the Lightning App Builder, right? So now all the options are in the left side. Utility item. Let me add a different utility item. Not every utility item is available at the as a utility item. So I'm going to add some more. History. List view. Okay. Save it. Back. Now again go to the mutual fund. Mutual fund. Right. Now you can see here. Not every utility items is not available for your bottom of the tab. Okay. Your list view and history is available. Now list view is available here. Minimize it. I go to the charter tab, but it's still there. Got me? So every tab you go, the utility item will appear at the bottom of the page. It means any functionality that you are going to use frequently, then keep that item at the bottom of the page. So this feature is not available for your classic. Okay, right. So now the lightning application that you created will not be available to your classic. I go to switch to Salesforce Classic. The mutual fund is not available here. How will you see the list of applications? Create apps. You don't see the mutual fund here. Got me? So reverse is not true. Okay, right. And what is the difference between the lightning and classic? We have seen lightning as a utility item. Okay, and lightning as a branding. Compared to classic, lightning has below features. It has utility item. Branding means what? When you upload a logo in the first time, I can upload till 5 MB of image size. Okay, and I need not upload document into document folder. And apart from that, there is a specific features with respect to Lightning, because the Lightning application that you build is built with the help of Lightning framework, and your Classic is built with the Classic framework, but you are seeing in Lightning. That's the difference. Okay, so the reverse is not true. Reverse cannot be done. Got me? And now I created Lightning, Classic application training management. I would like to visible that training management with all these features. That is my requirement. I already built a Classic application. I do not have utility item and branding and all. When you will have, only if the training management is a Lightning application. People have got me. Now it's a Classic application. We do not have this feature, but I would like to upgrade my Classic application into Lightning application. Upgrading means what? Every 4 times they are upgrading, right? Upgrading means adding new feature. So into my Classic application, I would like to add a utility item and a branding. How we are going to do? People got me? I go to switch to Lightning. Where are the applications? Platform, tools, apps, app manager. It's now Classic. It doesn't have any branding or utility item, but I would like to upgrade this. Okay. There is option called upgrade. The same option you cannot find in the mutual fund because it is a Lightning application. We need not upgrade it. Okay. But a Classic application, I'm going to add features, making it a Lightning version. Upgrade my custom application to Lightning. Okay, upgrade. So what happens here? At the end, one minute. Let me sort in the descending order. You got it. So one more application is created. Classic is still there. Your Classic is still there, but it automatically disabled. If you want, you can enable this. No, you can enable this. Okay. So now by default it takes the first letter of the word TM, and now it's your brand new Lightning application. This is not a Classic application you are seeing. It's a Lightning application, but still the Classic application is there, right? You got it. So you got a, if you want, you can add utility items also. If you want, you can add utility items. How we are going to add? Go to setup. App, application manager. Yes, edit of your Lightning. Now it's available. Utility items available, and you can do the branding because it will have all the Lightning feature. It's upgraded. It's upgraded version of your Classic. Okay. So when you upgrade Classic, the Classic will still be there, and one more version is created called Lightning. Okay. So that reverse is not possible in the case of Lightning to Classic is not possible. Right. You understand how to create application now? So how to create application? This is a navigation. Give some name. Okay, I given as a chatter history, but if you want, you can try with any other utility item. Okay, I given as tab account case contact. If you want, you can add more and you can go and edit. So those type of navigation you have to do customization. You add your own tab, remove the tab, log in as different user and see whether it's available to that user or not. So those exercise you have to, right? You have to create yourself and try to do it. You know how to add to the profile, right? So create one user, assign some different profile, add the application to one profile, do not add application to another profile. Then log in as that particular user and see whether whatever you assigned is visible or not. So that exercise you can do it on yourself. Okay. And how many applications you can create in D? What is D? Developer edition org. Okay. In developer edition, you can only create 10 application, right? So these are the limits. So the limits will be different from edition to edition. Okay. Sometimes you are using enterprise edition. I used almost 260 application limit I used. Okay, but I need to create some more application. What you can do? You can either upgrade to like unlimited version, because unlimited you can create any number of application, or else you can also request Salesforce to give more permission to create additional app. It's a service based business, right? It's always be possible. If you request Salesforce, they will also increase the limit also. But these are the default limit we are talking about. Default limit. Okay, default your developer edition, only 10 application you can create. You will understand this. And how to upgrade the application. So classic version of application still remains, but one more instance of Lightning application will be created. That's called upgrade. Okay. And this is your Lightning application limit, right? So 10 edition, professional 25. We are limited limits for your Lightning, but we have more limits for your classic. Okay. So where to monitor the limits? I like to monitor how many apps I'm created and how many is left over. Right? If you are in administrator, you would like to know. Someone asks you how many application we can create now. How many is left over? Okay. So where I can go? Okay, from the Lightning I will give. Then I'll go to the class. There is a option called System Overview. There is an option called System Overview. It's under Environment, right? I click a System Overview. So it gives you all the limits in your organization. The page will show all the limits in your organization. Okay. So what you are talking about? Custom application. So how many is allowed maximum? 10. So 4 has been created. Okay. One is my own application, Ranjit Notes, right? Another is my training management 2 version, and one more mutual fund. So 4 has been created. Okay. So the limit is combined together for your classic and Lightning. Clear? So here you can monitor. Okay. Some of the things are not there in the hard copy, but anyway, I'm going to upload these notes. Environments, system overview. So this navigation is part of your Lightning. In classic is going to be different. I believe it's under administer. We'll see. We'll go to classic. So before I move to classic, any question on applications? Anybody has any question on application? You got the actual difference? The classic can be visible in Lightning provided you enable the option called what is that option? Show in Lightning experience. Okay. And when you create Lightning application, that cannot be visible in classic. Reverse is not true. Okay. When you say Lightning application, it means it has its own feature like a utility item, branding, and apart from that, the application is built in the Lightning platform. It means Lightning framework. So it will have its own feature. Okay. So that feature will not be available in your classic. And still you can upgrade your classic application to a Lightning version. Okay, by going with the option called upgrade. When you upgrade it, your classic will still be there, and one more version of Lightning application will be created. Okay, right. So I go to classic. We are going to see that session. Custom tab, object. Okay, we're going to start with the first application. The next thing is going to see the tabs and all. Okay, object, tab and all we're going to see. So it's under monitor, not under your administrator. It's under your monitor because it's we're monitoring something, right? So system overview. So the classic system overview. So we see here. Got me? How much data storage we used and how many license we assigned. Everything chatter free, everything here. You can not monitor here. So contact us to obtain additional licenses, right? But we cannot do it for your developer edition. In case if you like to add more license, that cannot be done for developer edition. It's a general message. Administrator will follow and request for more license, right? Okay, so these are notes I'll upload.